Welcome to the Azure Government DC user community. I think this is what, our 26th meetup, 23rd? 2 years of doing meetups. So we're very excited to have you here, and I will pass the mic to, as far as introductions, my name is Karina Homme. I'm part of the Azure Government Engineering Group based here in DC. As one of the founders, and I have my co-founder here, of this meetup community. We really wanted to design something just for you to share best practices. So with that, I also want Vishwas to introduce himself and then to talk about why we're here.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening, everybody. I was just telling Karina, you probably heard this, that tonight's event, and we don't have a meetup next month. And we realized we did last December, and it's really hard to get everybody to come with the schedules, holiday schedule. So this marks actually our 2 years of starting this meetup, and which seems like a really, really long journey. It started 2 years back in January, and there are a few people there, and then we have made a lot of strides in getting a lot of good speakers, a lot of ideas, and frankly, the collaborations that I've had from this meetup itself, ideas that have sparked and gone back and worked on it and then interacted with people, that has been worth a lot already for us, and I'm sure for many of you. I see many of you again here coming back, so I see value in this. So I will just, this is the slide that we put up, and Karina is nice enough to put this slide back in again all the time. The idea really at that time was, I remember the first meeting, many of the questions were, is this service available in Azure Gov? When is this coming? And in fact, we were talking about ways for you to spin up things in Azure Commercial and then bring them over through some crazy techniques through Azure Gov, right? This was the second meeting I remember. None of that is needed anymore. They figured out the way to transfer these services very quickly. You have access to the engineering team, which is a sizable presence here in the DC area. So I think at this point, we have a threshold of capability that will allow us to build scalable, secure, effective applications in Azure Gov. And the things that are not there, I think this is the forum to bring them up, and these are the people to sort of take that feedback back and try to have your voices heard. So back to you.
Oh, okay, great. So I always start every meetup saying that this is definitely a volunteer-based, non-sales environment. So if you have any ideas or you're working on some great projects that you want to share, please come up to us afterwards, and we'd love to get you presenting those ideas in future meetups. And any suggestions on topics as well. We're always looking for volunteers. And so with that, before we start, we're also very excited that we're at almost 1,500 members for this meetup community, and we hope to even grow our reach even more. So with that, I just wanted to kick off our agenda, and we have a packed agenda tonight, and I want to thank all the speakers for coming and contributing your time and volunteering your lessons learned for this group. So we're going to really start with Zach Kramer with the year-end Azure Gov Roundup, so what has been happening on the platform this last year. And then we're going to go into a fireside chat. We're in early days of cloud adoption in the government community, and we're going to talk about how we create a culture for change and how do we accelerate that cloud adoption. And then we're going to end up with some cloud migration strategies, kind of the 5 top plays, cloud implementation plays that we've been seeing, and kind of what and look at some. I think we're going to have a VDI demo, and throughout all of this, what we do, we'd like to encourage you to ask questions. So we'll have Q&A built in for each of these segments. And also, if you like to tweet, our hashtag is #AzureGovMeetup. So we'll love to see you in that social media space as well. And then for upcoming events, we've got 3 that we'd like to highlight tonight. One is training for developers, and that's December 11th through 13th. And then we have Hackfest, which has some training baked in it. So if you're interested in that, please go to this URL, and we'll post this as well on the Meetup platform. and get involved. And you can try out some new things, and you can also help shape those hackathons, those hackfests moving forward. And then lastly, the one we've been working on a lot, and if you have any suggestions, we're building out the curriculum or the sessions right now. We're about to publish them because we're going live December 6th with our government tech summit here in Washington, D.C., and that's March 5th and 6th. Now that is open to everyone, so please be sure that you register early, because this usually fills up and registration closes before we even get, I think, 2 or 3 weeks out. So please get there early and share that as well. So with that, we're just going to go straight into the year-end roundup with Zach Kramer. Thank you.